Hey dumplings, it's Dave Desai. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about something a little bit maddening. I think you'll be upset by the first one. There are some people out there who wanted to share a message with Jungkook and Suga, especially after their recent scandals. Talk about how they believe BTS is arrogant and selfish and conceited. I definitely want to talk about this and how I feel about it, what my thoughts are, all that stuff. We also have RM accused of copying and being fined. It's a really funny and cute story. I think you'll like that one, so we'll end with that one. Let's get into the tea for today. If you are new here and you're interested in this type of stuff, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell so be notified anytime a new video drops. And if you're a hater, like to be the first to leave your hate comment, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell also so you can be the first to do so. Now, let's jump into it. Now, the first thing I want to talk about today is going to be the words that people have said about Jungkook, calling him conceited. Some will even go as far as to say he is arrogant, which is it's just not the truth. Now, I have a lot to say about this, but before we do, I think it's a good idea to give some backstory in case you don't know what happened or what was going on, and then we will talk about it further. There was a situation, obviously not too long ago, where Jungkook decided to go out of the town with his friends. His other K-pop friends, mind you, and I'm not going to mention their name because this is not their business, this is not about them. Let's not drag them in more than they need to be. This was an issue, obviously, because of the pandemic. Now, if you're watching this after the pandemic, then you'll know this was an issue during the pandemic. Obviously, a lot of places right now in the world are kind of closed off and locked down, and some are just starting to open up. A lot of Koreans were mad because he should have been social distancing and he should have been at home and not out with his friends. I did defend Jungkook and his friends by saying that they're K-pop idols and that because they're K-pop idols, they're probably fine because everyone has an idea where they've been and what they've been up to. They have to check in with everybody before they do anything. So there were literally no chance of infection because if there was an area that was infected, they would not be there. And also they're heavily monitored. But a lot of stuff went down during this. A lot of people were upset. Some petitions were even created against Jungkook. This is seriously not even kind of a big deal. Like, it ain't that deep. He literally just went out to a restaurant. Korea wasn't in lockdown. There were no laws that were being broken. Jungkook ended up getting tested afterwards, and when he came back from the test, he was fine. But it's like y'all jumped down anyone's throat for not being perfect or anything like that. But can you tell me that you absolutely 100% follow the rules all the time? Do you never jaywalk? Or you know what? There's dumb laws that exist in the world. Like in New York City, apparently it's illegal to walk around with an ice cream cone in the back of your pants on a Sunday. So who knows how many of these dumb laws you've broken? But you're going to get upset at someone for not even breaking the law. There weren't laws saying they couldn't go out and eat at a bar because the bar was open. Now, Suga's situation in particular was a speech. Not his speech, but a speech that was used in one of his songs. This was on his new mixtape, of course, which is still going out doing the round. The situation, if you don't know, involves the song on Sugar, or specifically August D's mixtape. The song is called What Do You Think? I think it's a good song, that's what I think. And of course, someone named Jim Jones, and Jim Jones was a mass murderer, if you didn't know. The speech was, of course, by him. Big Hit did come out and apologize for using a mass murderer speech into the song, even though I didn't really feel like they had to do that. Perhaps it was just a precaution they wanted to take, or perhaps they really felt like they needed to apologize, just to keep their name clean or whatever the reason is. I personally don't think they did anything wrong, but that's just my opinion. I still believe the song was commentary, and I think it would have been okay to keep it there. But if people were angry, I totally understand why you would want to take it down. It was then taken down and re-edited and then put back up. Now you can only purchase the new revised version. This will not have the speech in it. It's the censored version, if you will, the child-friendly version, like this channel. But recently, a lot of Koreans have kind of come forth and wanted to give advice to Jungkook and Suga, which, by the way, Jungkook and Suga are more successful than some of these people. So Jungkook and Suga should be giving you advice. This was, of course, revolving around the scandal and the fact that Big Hit came out to apologize. When people were expecting apologies from both Suga and Jungkook personally, a lot of other companies do have the boys apologize on their own and not have the company apologize on their behalf. So, of course, it makes sense that a lot of people got angry. But Jungkook and Suga aren't exactly public speakers. And with an apology, I would personally prefer if the apology did come from the company itself, because then it covers everything. Like everything that's being said online, all of those things will be covered in the apology. If you have an artist apologize, they might miss out on some of the things that are happening on the internet that they're just unaware of, like unaware of what exactly is pissing people off. So then their apology ends up addressing half the things instead of all the things. Whereas a company will have multiple people scour the internet to make sure that their apology includes all of the things they need to apologize and address. I think it's a smart move because at the end of the day, the apology is going to feel like it covers everything and it's going to feel like a more well-meaning apology. And then when they apologize, they can then work towards being a better company or whatever. However, I'm referencing a lot of American apologies. Who knows? Maybe Korean idol apologies are much more thorough than American apologies. I don't know. But of course, some Koreans being angry at the fact that the boys didn't apologize themselves and started calling the boys conceited, arrogant, and all of those things just because they're super popular now. Saying they need to be more modest and humble. Girl, boy. You don't know them. We don't really know them. You don't know if they're humble or modest or not. So just chill. Take several seats. I don't have a seat, but you can take a sit on my staircase over here. That's like saying if you get into a fist fight with someone and you decide to call the police, to have the police speak on behalf of you because you don't want to address this person, because you just got into a fist fight and you're scared that they're going to attack you more, that just because you have the police addressing them, that you're conceited and arrogant, that you're too good to talk about it yourself. No, that's the smart thing to do. I honestly don't think it would be smart at all if the boys addressed it themselves. They're not PR people. What if they said something that could then be misunderstood? You know, whereas Big Hit's probably going to try to cover everything to make sure that their apology isn't misunderstood. Their apology is pretty straightforward and it leaves little room for misunderstanding. But something you could understand about a lot of celebrities, even the ones who come out and apologize themselves, like the K-pop ones that come out and apologize, their apology oftentimes will be written by the agency, or at the very least double checked by the agency. So does it matter who's personally issuing the apology? Because at the end of the day, it's going through the agency. I don't think in any way the boys think that they're better than anyone. And it also goes to show that a lot of these haters haven't actually done any research. Because Cookie has a lot of moments where he can redeem his title of Golden Boy. It's interesting because you can then choose to hate a celebrity over one small scandal because you don't know them at all. Let's say, for example, you're like someone who doesn't like BTS, you're just kind of neutral. But then you hear about a scandal. Well, that's of course going to then make you hate BTS. However, you never really liked them anyway. So you never really gave them the opportunity to show you how good they actually are. You obviously never liked them, so you never looked them up. You never looked up the good moments. You just hear the bad moments because scandals end up getting so big. And you never really gave them the benefit of the doubt of how good they can actually be. This is why I always bring up the whole, let's not judge people and assume that they're bad right away. Like assume they're good until there's really a reason for them to be bad. Because if you assume people are good, when a scandal happens, you're going to be looking for reasons to defend them. Your first reaction isn't going to be attacking this person. You're like, okay, what's the reality? What really happened? And once you figure that out, then you can decide whether you want to actually stand this person or not. But know everything before you make a decision on whether this person is bad. Because I see a lot of hate and they only ever know half the facts. It's rare when I see someone who doesn't like someone and they say all of the facts. And then I'm like, okay, I see why you're saying that. But at that point, I'm not even mad that this person is a hater because they have good reasons. But there just aren't any good reasons to hate BTS right now. I look at a lot of celebrity scandals and I'm like, we clearly don't know them or don't know what actually happened. I definitely wanted to see what people were saying on Twitter. One person wrote this. A friend once told me she didn't like Jungkook because he seemed cocky and conceited. We no longer talk. Yes, he's that important to me. I agree, and it's not even about just Jungkook. Because to me, it shows your friend has a lack of research. It shows a lack of looking into things and a lack of understanding. Because you can not like BTS or not like Jungkook, that's fine. But let it be over things like, I just don't like the music. Or the music isn't for me. Or just something like that. Not something that can be disproven by other things he's done. Like Jungkook has obviously done some good things, but you're not looking into those things. And if you can't give people a chance, then goodbye, you're not worth my time. The boys do sometimes get a lot of hate just like this, but I'm glad that all the boys are always there for each other. They support each other, they tease each other a lot. Jin was someone who was accused of copying RM. Jin was someone who accused RM of copying him. This happened none other than the site Weverse. This is a Korean social media site. Jin posted pictures on Weverse, a few of them actually. And then he said that this was his photo gallery, like that was his caption. Then he said this was his photo gallery, like that was his caption. RM then actually uploaded his own set of pictures and he actually said, this is my photo gallery. Jin of course commented on RM's photo and said not to copy him and that he will be charging RM 1 million won, which is about $800. Wow, I can't believe Jin invented the word, this is my photo gallery. I'm joking, of course. This seemed to be taking place late night, so of course J-Hope jumped in, and then he replied, go to sleep. This is hilarity. I believe the boys should be going to sleep, not flirting. They flirt so much online, but Namjin is definitely a cute ship I have. I also definitely wonder where they all are during quarantine. Like, are they all living together? Or did they all go out to live with their families during this time? Because then they could just go and tell each other in person, if they're living together. I know, I found this cute, and I definitely wanted to share it. I wanted to go see what people on Twitter were saying about this. If any other armies have anything to say, one army actually wrote this. RM copied Jim's caption on Weverse. This is in the photo album. LMAO, these chaotic crackheads. Ha 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 ha. As you can tell, most people online found this to be funny. Jin should go ahead and copyright these captions before anyone else goes and steals it. But also, think of the royalties, babe. You'll never have to work again. You just collect those checks for any time someone uses photo album. It'll be great. I don't know if RM got inspired by Jin's caption, if he didn't realize Jin used the same caption, or if RM was kind of teasing Jin for that caption by putting it as his own caption. I guess we'll never know. But I always enjoy a good Namjin flirt moment. Someone get these guys a room. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave it down in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'm featuring this comment right here. Thank you so much for leaving comments. And as always, I do have a Patreon if you want to go over to my Patreon and kind of check that out. You can contribute anything you want over there, and it really does help me kind of make videos better on here and keep going. So thank you so much for going ahead and doing that. That really means the world to me. You can also get exclusive content over there, such as music video reactions, ship reactions, live performance reactions, all that stuff over there on my Patreon. I'll leave a link in the description down below so you can check it out. There's also 2 videos that will pop up on screen at the end of the video, so make sure you click on one of those videos, and I will see you over there. Bye.